Hey guys, the humble Southpaw here. With the RM1C. I'm going to do a quick video on field stripping and cleaning it. Let me go ahead and just, before we get going, just check. There's nothing in there. It's not chambered. It's not loaded. There are no magazines. This is for YouTube, just to make sure I'm in compliance with them. So basically, you're going to just pull this back a little bit. There's takedown levers on both sides. You're going to make sure you get them, push, and lift up. So now you got the two. You got your frame and you got your slide. For the purpose of this video, you will see inside the slide there is a piece of black tape. They have etched in there is the serial number to the firearm. So from protection of the firearm, I do have it blocked off. And so those are the two parts there. And just real quick, as you can see, I am a fan of Breakthrough Clean Technology. So a lot of the products here that you will see are Breakthrough Clean Technology. So basically what you're going to need is a CLP. It's your preference. I do use theirs. I do have a gun oil, the Breakthrough Clean. This is their Battleborn high purity oil. I do have their silicone cloth. I do wipe down the gun and do silicone on, especially if I'm going to store it or anything like that. You're going to also need a bore brush. This one came with my Canic, and I love this one, especially just doing quick cleans, you know, after going to the range. This is a great one. And there'll be links down below. This here is a J. Dewey bore brush. They're great stuff. Everything they do is made in the USA. Again, there'll be a link there. I'm not affiliated with them. They do not have an affiliate link. Everything else will be an Amazon associate link. So that's another. This also came with my Canic. So again, it's just a nice quick being able to get the patches through and all that. So that you're going to need a brush. This is a Tipton brush, I believe. I have the link down below. And some Q-tips. I like using these Q-tips to get into some areas down in the rails and then inside here, inside the firearm mechanism, the trigger mechanism. Allowed me to clean it, but not have a lot of oil in there. Of course, you're going to need some patches, 2x2 patches, and these are Breakthrough Clean. But the link down below, I have a kit that comes with the Q-tips and the patches. They are not Breakthrough Clean, but the price and what you get are great. This another is a pick, which helps you to get the patches in areas that, you know, are in tight areas. And of course, you know, there's a pistol rod. And I just noticed on the Dewey's website, they have new pistol cleaning kits. I might order one and check them out and do a full review on that. But so those are the kits you're going to need, the parts you're going to need. Definitely going to need a terry cloth there. And let me grab an old rag and just some shop rags. You can get these at Lowe's, Costco, wherever. Just some shop rags for cleaning and wiping down things. So let's go ahead and get going here. And if you're new to cleaning guns and all that, the manual from Rost Martin RM1C really goes into detail about cleaning. And I know each of you have your own unique way of cleaning firearms, and mine is a little bit of what theirs is. You know, points. It really tells you where to oil, how much oil, and all that, if it should be a light coating or things like that. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to take let's move the frame out of the way here. So you're going to take the recoil spring off. You're going to bring out the barrel, and then you have the slide. So normally I do is just I'll squirt some CLP into the barrel and just let it slide, go down the barrel. I'll rotate it a little bit, and then I might spray a little bit on the barrel itself. And then that I'll just set aside, you know, put on the rag here. And when it comes to the slide, sometimes depending, you know, a lot of people will just spray the whole thing. I usually put a couple drops inside the slide there. And then from there, I'll take either the Q-tip, you know, I'll even soak the patches. But normally I'll do is take this and start manipulating it. You don't want a lot getting into areas, so then you don't start getting cooking it all up, especially while shooting it, and the gunpowder and the residue, the primer residue. So I'll do all this and give it a good clean, you know, wipe it there. And as you can see, it starts cleaning it up. You know, here with the patch, you can spray the patch. And get in there. You can get it out here. As you can hear, my monitor is shutting down on my computer. Sorry about that, guys. You know, take the pick, run this along the rail. You know, I'll usually probably use the cloth more, the patches up on the slide and all that, and use the toothpicks or the Q-tips inside the frame. So get all that cleaned. And it's not that dirty. Didn't run that many rounds through it yesterday. So here. Then I might take a little bit of this here, spray it on this bore brush, run it through, get it in here. So, I mean, this is a nice little brush. It just allows me to get things in there. So, and I'll let this soak, and while that's going, you know, then I'll run through the barrel. I'll run this through a couple of times. And like I said, this is not that dirty. I just ran a few, you know, about 100 rounds or so through it yesterday, so it's not going to be that dirty. There. Then I'll take the patch, wipe off the excess here, and get all that in there. Wipe the outside. And it's a good idea to wear latex gloves, you know, non-latex gloves. You can get these, you know, any big box store, Costco, Lowe's, and all that. So then here, you know, I'll add a patch to the rod here. And get it through, and see, it's not that dirty in there, so then I'll pull it back through in a couple of times and all that. And then I'll take the brush. I might squirt a little bit on the brush here, and then just to keep the excess off and get the ramp and in there. Keep that clean. And then again, take another patch and wipe it down. So pretty much here at this point, the barrel is pretty much done. I'm going to set this aside. And it's good to have take the excess off your gloves as you're going through. Then with the recoil spring and all that, I'll spray it and work the oil, you know, the CLP through it all. And sometimes, depending if it needs a good cleaning, I'll let it sit. And, you know, give it some, just to clean it up a little bit. And then wipe it down. And one thing I forgot to add on here, I do have, if I'm going to store it for a while, you know, I'll use a bore cleaner, and I'll put a link down. I think it's Boar's Head, not Boar's Head. That's the Boartec. Boar's Head is a cold cut there. So Boartec has it's ammonia free, highly recommended to a lot of from competition shooters. I'll use that, you know, to clean the bore out and everything. But I'll do a link down below. So that's pretty much the recoil spring here. And then when it comes to doing the frame and everything else, like I said, I might do a little squirt there, get the brush, use that, and just distribute it here. Get some areas along the way here. And then this is where the Q-tip gets kind of nice in here. So I'll wet it down. Like I said, you don't want to, and then try to get in here. Some areas in here, as you can see, it is dirty. And get another one here. So that's just to get some of these nice areas, little tight areas in here. See how that's all coming up. And you just don't want a lot of that oil or CLP sitting down in there, so it's kind of nice. You can run a patch through here with some CLP to clean the mag well. I'm not going to do that today. Like I said, it's not that dirty, so. And things like that. So then again, I'll take a patch, get all the excess off. And like I said, each person, has their own little unique way of doing things, but this is a combination of videos I've watched and just learned, while working at the range and working with the gunsmiths at the range about cleaning the firearm and all that. So, again, I might take another one just to here. So there we go. Looks pretty good. But as you can see, still little bits and nooks and cranny. I got one more. So that's pretty much good there. Now, when it comes to oil, gun oil and all that, some people like Lucas. There's a whole bunch of different oils. I like the Battleborn, Breakthrough Clean and all that. So take the terry rag, wipe it all down, get the excess off. Because this CLP will coat. It stands for cleaning, lubricating, and protection. So now it's a point of just putting it back together. So let me wipe off some excess here. Looks like there's a little bit. I think I cleaned all this. So, yep. And these towels are lint free, so you're not going to get any lint buildup or anything. So then I will just put a few drops in the slide here. I look for spots here, and I might just wherever I can see something. And here I forgot to do the breech face here. The striking fire area, because this area here, you definitely do not want to get anything in there, any lubricant, because you don't want any oil or CLP to go down in that area there. So that's putting that, and then we'll put it back together. So we'll slide the barrel in. We will put the recoil spring back in, assembly back in. Make sure that's lined up and in the little notch there. Then when it comes to the frame, let me back up here real quick. With the CLP, wouldn't you need to do it, but you can take and just put a little 1 or 2 drops and just around everything here. Nothing a lot. And I'll even put a drop inside the slide, but with the tape there right now, just to cover the serial number, I will not do that. So So then we'll go ahead and slide that back in, get the recoil spring assembly in. And then here, I start looking for where you start seeing like a friction wear. I don't know if you can see this. Up here, you're starting to see where the coating is, because that's metal on metal. So that's where I'll put a drop or two, a drop there. And up here, you can see some wear there. So that's wherever you see a wear point, you might want to just lubricate, not a lot, just enough to, you know, keep it from the friction. Again, in the rail guides there, you know, here, there. I kind of, like, I'll put a little bit on the extractor and just take my finger and just, so those are the spots. And then you can look detailed in the Rost Martin manual, and it'll definitely give you more where to put it. But that's in general you would do. And then just putting it back together, it's just going to slip on. It's kind of, there we go. And just work to lubricate the oil through, test it, you know, make sure everything is working so I don't have my finger on the safety toggle so it won't fire until I put it. So, and then from here, you can just take your cloth, wipe it down. Now, like I said, when I store, I will use a silicone cloth, and I will put on cotton gloves just to keep the oil of my hands or anything off the firearm, because if I'm going to store it for a long time, I don't want all that sitting on there. And like I said, I treat my firearms as, you know, tools, and that they need to be clean and operational. So there you go, guys. I hope that was helpful. Breaking down and cleaning the field stripping and cleaning the RM1C. If you guys like this, please give it a thumbs up. Please, if you want more information from a Southpaw perspective, please subscribe and definitely share this, guys. All right, have a good one.